What's up, my ponios? Andy with Tech Influence here, excited to go over this awesome 17mm threaded mount here for the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. This will allow you to be able to connect newer lenses that have a 17mm mount or any other third-party lens to level up your content creation, your photography, cinematography, or if you like to make vlogs like I do. I have a number of different lenses here that I want to throw on to my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and having this case here will allow me to do that. I picked the 65mm recently. I've got some other lenses like a wide angle lens that we can show you to level up your content creation. With that said, I do have a relationship with Neewer in the past. They're not sponsoring this video. I've purchased everything here with my own money. If you want to help out the channel, down below in the links in the description will be the product pricing and availability for everything that we go over here. Let's unbox this, demonstrate it, and show you what you're getting yourself into. Here we go. Unboxing is pretty straightforward. It does come with a 67mm filter lens. What's nice is the case is made out of this really high quality polymer material around the edges and as the core. And then on the back side, it's made of TPU material, which is nice and grippy and great for your ergonomics and drop protection. On the back side is my favorite part, having MagSafe capability so you can charge. You can connect other peripherals as you need, especially if you're going to be shooting high quality 4K 120. You've got this nice anodized aluminum rail system for your mount here, as well as the cutouts for your S Pen and other parts around the case itself. I like how it's got anodized aluminum buttons here. It makes it nice to be able to have as your daily carry. Placing it in here for the first time, it grips in here, no problem. It does allow you for a little bit of a lip. So in the event that it lands on its face, it's not going to scratch the screen, but it's got the full coverage and protection all the way around. Buttons are nice and clicky. You also have a nice rail system here to be able to connect your 17mm lenses directly to your S25 Ultra. MagSafe is great. It is a little clunky though, because it does kind of push up against that lens. And so I wouldn't be too confident in placing something too large on the back of this, but it will charge with this Anker 15-watt, 5,000 milliamp battery. I recently picked up the 65mm lens, which is gonna fit right there on the lens. If you do want a review of this, I did recently do it. You can place it on the threading on the bottom if you wanted. The 1X there is on the middle. It is a little bit large here, but once you take off the lens cap, that just looks fantastic in the hand. I really like that. Really clean. Let's go on location here and film with a couple of these lenses showing what you're getting yourself into. We're on location. Here is the Samsung S25 Ultra with obviously the case camera mount. I really like how grippy it is. It's nice to be able to have, especially in this hot summer day, to be able to grip, be able to run and gun and shoot content. We're gonna go ahead and place the mount on the middle lens. That's the 1X lens. Placing it on here is pretty easy. I have the hood on there, so it's gonna reduce the amount of flare or light exposure to the lens, giving you a nice clean shot. This just looks great in the hand. I think it's a great option for making content, getting portrait shots, and showing you what that looks like. I've gone ahead and switched over to the Samsung S25 Ultra. You can see this is the 65mm. It looks great, connected directly to the 1X. I really like how the background, it gives you a nice field of view. The background's blurry. You can get a nice portrait shot, but in general, this is gonna be a great lens for you to be able to get a little bit closer to your subject while not actually physically getting there. I think the integration of the lens is fantastic with the case, leaving little to no separation between the two. Many times you have kind of this halo area where you do have it in frame, but everything else is kind of warped, and I think it does a great job here being able to adjust for that. I do have a lavalier connected directly to it. This is the Mic Air from Insta360. It can control the shutter, which is cool, and it also has some noise reduction, as you can tell. Taking the lens off, you can see the difference once we separate it out. Now we're on the regular 1X. Here is what the 65mm looks like, and I think it's nice. I was able to adjust that while still in frame and be able to do it while still shooting and running the camera. I think the guide rails are great to be able to switch your lenses on the go really quickly in a pinch. Here's what the unit looks like. I think it's great. I added this wireless monitor so I can actually see and frame my shot. The lens itself on the mount does a great job marrying the two together. I think this looks great as a rig to be able to use. Now I'm gonna switch over to the 18mm wide. This is one of my favorite lenses from Neewer. It just gives you a nice, almost 0.5 look. It's like 0.75 without having to go to 0.75. Switching it over here, here is the 18 mil. You can see my field of view has dramatically changed. It looks fantastic. I think it still has good depth of field while still maintaining the sharpness and the richness in the colors. I now have this selfie stick here that came with this wireless monitor, and I think it does a great job allowing you to get yourself in frame. You can see my arm is still outstretched, separating myself a little bit from the camera, and it's still very, very smooth. The lens doesn't necessarily distort as I walk around. We're gonna go ahead and jog a little bit, showing you that it still has that optical image stabilization despite having this lens on there. It does a great job. It's keeping me in focus. The sun is directly above me, and so you can see that there is rich and strong contrast. But as far as using this as a vlogging camera, I think it looks great. This is my go-to here for making content on my S25 Ultra. You guys should check this out. It's really cool. With that said, very pleased with this lens mount. I think it's awesome. It does hold onto there and grips nicely because of the threading. I like how you have an insert here for a 65mm mount. Nonetheless, I really like how Neewer put this out here so that you can boost your content, have an awesome case here for your Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. With that said, I'll have all the products down below in the links in the description. This is a sponsored video. Thanks so much for watching. Andy with Tech Influence. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.